I've been writing a syndicated newspaper column called Animal Doctor for about 40 years. And it was in the late 1990s that I started receiving letters from several of my 25 to 30 million readers across the United States, indicating that their dogs and cats were having various health problems. And when I advised them to switch the animal's diet to get rid of genetically engineered corn and soybean, and the animals started getting better, I have what I call evidence-based medicine that their health problems were most likely primarily being caused by genetically engineered corn and soybean, and possibly the Roundup herbicide glyphosate residue.
I've got my first major livestock producer that feeds about 5,000 head of cattle. He just made a transition here within the last year in my community.
A lot of trouble with cattle dying the longer you fed them genetically modified crop. The longer we'd feed them, the more deaths we would have. We wouldn't lose cattle the first 60 to 80 days on feed, and from then on we would start losing them 1 or 2 a week. And when we switched, the cattle have been a lot calmer, and we've had a lot less pneumonia and health issues since that time.
A pig farmer in Denmark switched to non-GMO soy in April 2011. Within 2 days, the piglet's serious and sometimes fatal diarrhea virtually disappeared. After switching, disease rates plummeted. Death from ulcers and stomach-related sicknesses disappeared, as did a string of horrible birth defects. Conception rates and litter size also increased.
Well, our next guest is certainly happy about being thin. That's because she has lost over 100 pounds. This is Dee McCaffrey. She is an organic chemist and diet counselor and the executive director of the Center for Processed Free Living. Dee, welcome.
Thank you, Scott.
I said to you, 100 pounds, where was it? You're so tiny to begin with.
It was everywhere, actually, and I started losing weight at the age of 9 years old, and I just kept getting heavier into my adulthood, and by then I was 100 pounds overweight, which classified me as obese.
Yeah, and that's real dangerous for people, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. And actually, in '92, I lost 100 pounds, and I've kept it off ever since.
Well, we're looking at some pictures of you, I believe, and I guess a new study came out saying that even if you're a little overweight, it can be very dangerous for you.
Yeah, in fact, in the New England Journal of Medicine, there was a study that was published that over 500,000 people were studied, and they measured their body mass index, and they found that being just a little bit overweight led to premature death, and the risk was increased by 20 to 40%. And if you're obese, the risk goes up 2 to 3 times that.
I'll bet it does. Well, you brought some food items in, so I suppose you're going to tell us what folks can do to help them lose weight, because it's very difficult for some folks.
Right. Well, this is how you get fat in America without even trying. There's an ingredient called high fructose corn syrup that is in all of these products here. And one of the things that really frustrates me is many of these products look like they're healthy, when in fact they contain something called high fructose corn syrup, which has been linked to being overweight and obesity because it affects the hormone in your body that tells you when to stop eating. And what makes it even more dangerous is that that type of sugar doesn't get converted into energy. It stores to fat immediately in your body.
Well, all I can say is, uh-oh, because I like every one of these products. Gosh, in the morning I eat these because it says light, so you think it's
right. You
light
think
yogurt.
You think it's healthy, but
tomato soup when I'm sick, vegetable broth, I pass on that. Animal cookies, love those.
Yeah, but they're really dangerous because this type of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, makes people gain weight without them even realizing it. So you sabotage yourself without knowing it.
Well, what do you suggest to people?
Well, I suggest that you read the ingredient label on the food products that you buy so that you're not getting high fructose corn syrup in your diet. That's just one thing. And this weekend at some grocery stores, Sprouts and Wild Oats, I'm going to be giving some free lectures on how to get this and other food ingredients out of your diet so that you can lose weight and keep it off.
What time will that be?
The lecture is at Wild Oats is at 9:30 in the morning, and I'll be at Sprouts at Higley and Southern at 2 o'clock.
We're going to have all that information on our hotline, and so it'll be easy to find that out for you. Just real quick, what was the final straw for you where you said, you know, I got to lose this weight?
Well, the final straw was that I was just tired of being that heavy, and I couldn't go on that way. And so today I'm a nutrition counselor, and I've written a cookbook. It's called Dee's Mighty Cookbook.
I see that right
and
there.
I've taken I have 100 recipes in there on how to be healthy and live without high fructose corn syrup and other processed foods.
Well, Dee, I'll tell you what, you look terrific.
Thank you.
I'm sure your husband was a great help to you, too, so great support help. But thank you for coming in today.
Thank you,
We'll
Scott.
see you this weekend. We'll have all the information on our hotline and at azfamily.com.